Good morning, ma'am. We are the reporter of page 125 to 142. Our first topic is the concept of vulnerability assessment. A vulnerability assessment is a systematic review of a security system's weaknesses, assessing if the system is susceptible to known vulnerabilities, assigning severity levels, and recommending remediation measures. The process involves 5 steps. First is identifying the vulnerability, determining potential harm, evaluating risk, developing control measures, recording findings, and regularly reviewing and updating the risk assessment. The process involves 5 steps. First is identifying the vulnerability, determining potential harm, evaluating risk, developing control measures, recording findings, and regularly reviewing and updating the risk assessment. A vulnerability assessment matrix is a table that identifies the facility or location, factors and time frame and place, as well as the level of risk and impact. This provides a quick view of the vulnerability and its impact, enabling the project team to address potential risks before they become potential risks. The matrix includes the level of risk, risk factors, and impact categories. The level of risk in an organization can be classified into 5 categories. First, critical, second is high, third, medium, fourth, low, and the last is negligible. Okay, what is critical? Critical risks involve extreme danger to staff, assets, or programs with security measures having little effect. High risks are severe and unpredictable, with the risk being unacceptable in most circumstances, and medium risks involve significant threats from indirect or direct threats, with the operational context changing quickly and requiring intentional management. Low risks are indirect threats with minimal impact on operations, acceptable when managed by standard operating procedures. Last is the negligible. Negligible risks are minor harms to staff, assets, or programs acceptable in all situations. The impact of vulnerability factor can be positive or negative. Positive impacts can provide unfavorable impact to the organization in its operation when appropriate measures are taken, while negative impacts pose a threat when no preventive measures or action is taken. Second topic is about the concept of risk management. What is risk assessment? Risk assessment is a systematic process that involves identifying potential hazards and risk factors, analyzing and evaluating the associated risks, and determining appropriate ways to eliminate or control the risk when it cannot be eliminated. It is a crucial step in preventing potential harm. Why is risk assessment important? Risk assessments are crucial in the occupational health and safety management plans as they raise awareness of hazards, identify potential risk factors, determine the necessity of a control program, assess the effectiveness of existing measures, prevent injuries or illnesses, prioritize hazard and control measures, and meet legal requirements. They help identify potential hazards, assess the need of additional control measures, and ensure the safety of all involved parties. When should a risk assessment to be done? A risk assessment is necessary of various reasons, such as before new processes or activities are introduced, before changes to existing processes or activities, when products, machinery, tools, equipment change, or information about harm becomes available, and when hazards are identified. Risk Assessment Matrix. The risk assessment matrix is a table-like tool that categorizes risks based on their likelihood and potential damage. It provides a quick overview of potential risks and the priority they need to be addressed, enabling the project team to make informed decisions about their handling. Risks can be classified into 5 categories based on their likelihood or occurrence. First is defined, likely, occasional, seldom, and unlucky. First is definite. Definite risks are almost certain to occur during project execution with over 80% probability of causing problems. Likely risks have 60 to 80% chances of occurrence, while occasional risks have a 50-50 probability. Seldom risks have a low probability but cannot be completely ruled out. And last is the unlucky. Unlucky is a rarely rare risk, have a less than 10% chance of occurrence. Risks can be classified into 5 categories based on the severity of damage. First is the significant risk cause negligible damage, while the marginal risk result in some damage but not significant. Moderate risks have a sizable impact but are not significant. Critical risks have large consequences leading to significant loss. Catastrophic risk can make a project unproductive and must be a top priority during risk management. Overall, the severity of risk depends on the extent of damage and the project's progress.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Lapiceros. I'm the third reporter. Security Risk Assessment Tool. Number 1. Probability and Impact Matrix. Ang Probability and Impact Matrix ay isang tool na ginagamit upang matukoy ang mga agarang panganib. Maaaring i-customize sa mga pangailangan ng proyekto at maaaring i-standardize para sa paggamit ng mga project manager. Number 2, Risk Data Quality Assessment. Ito ay ang kinokolekta ng manager ng proyekto ang data para sa mga natukoy na panganib. Tinatiyak nila ang katumpakan at kalidad sa pagsusuri ng husay. Tinatasan nila ang pag-unawa, pagkakaroon ng data, pagiging maasahan at integridad ng bawat panganib. Risk Probability Factors. Number 1, Physical Environment, such as construction, location, composition, and configuration. And number 2, Social Environment, such as demographics and population dynamics. And the last one, number 3, Political Environment, such as the type of and frequency of prior loss events. Risk Reduction and Mitigation. Ang risk reduction, ma'am, and mitigation ay ito yung ang pagbabawas ng mga panganib ay kinabibilangan ng pag-aalis ng panganib, habang ang pagbabawas ng panganib ay naglalayong magsagawa ng isang diskarte na may kaunting panganib. Parehong nasasangkot ng pag-iwas sa mga aktibidad o pagbabawas ng panganib ng isang aktibidad sa kabuuan. Layunin ng mga programang pangsiguridad na bawasan ang panganib sa pamamagitan ng pagbabawas ng mga antas, ng pagbabanta at pagliit ng mga kahinatnan ng pag-atake. And this is the strategies includes contingency planning and hazard prevention, risk avoidance, risk transfer, and the last one is risk transfer, risk reduction and mitigation components. A mitigation strategy connects assets to threats and vulnerabilities, enhancing policies, procedures, training, security systems, and personnel to minimize risk. Prioritizing resources. Threat assessments. Ang pagtatasa ng pagbabantay isang loikal na proseso. Ito ay ang ginagamit upang matukoy ang posibilidad ng mga masamang kaganapan na makakaapekto sa iyong mga asset at upang mapatunayan ang mga antas ng seguridad. Gumagamit ito ng ilang iba't ibang pinagmumulan ng data upang masuri ang mga tunay, nakikita at hakaka ng mga banta. Risk monitoring and control. Risk monitoring and control ensure plan execution, evaluate risk reduction, effectiveness, track identified risk, trigger conditions, residual risk, new risks, and update organizational process assets. And risk monitoring tools and techniques. Muna siyang siya risk assessment, security risk education, risk assessment only po. Project risk reviews occur at team meetings and major milestones, with risk ratings and prioritization potentially changing throughout the project, necessitating additional qualitative or quantitative risk analysis. And the security risk education. Security risk education is a comprehensive program designed to enhance security awareness among all employees of a company regardless of their rank or position. Basis of security risk education. Ang pieces of security risk education ay initial interview, security reminders. Ito ay isa sa mga halimbawa ng pieces of security risk education. At ang last is security promotion. Ang initial interview ay ito yung tinatasa ng tagapanayam ang pagiging angkop ng aplikante para sa trabaho sa pamamagitan ng pagtatanong, pagbibigay ng impormasyon sa mga patakaran sa seguridad ng mga kompanya, pananagutan ng empleyado, at mga potensyal na parusa para sa mga paglabag sa unang pakikipag-ugnayan. Ang security reminders ay ang yugto ay nagsasangkot ng isang hindi direktang paraan ng edukasyon ng empleyado, tulad ng pag-post ng mga poster ng seguridad at pamamahagi ng mga flyer. And the last one is security promotion. Ang pagkilos ng pagbibigay diin sa kalagahan ng seguridad sa pagkamit ng mga layunin at layunin ng kumpanya ay nagsasangkot ng pag-secure ng cooperation at suporta ng empleyado. Thank you.